Yo! Welcome to the fantasy show with two dumbasses and a shitty set. Today is the wide receiver episode. Me and Plaxi are going to sit here and talk wide receivers with y'all. We're going to head it over right to Plaxi right now to hear who his top receiver is coming up for this year.
I had a couple of mine here. To narrow it down to one, it was kind of difficult. So I'm going to throw two guys out there real quick. Hakeem Nicks and Mike Wallace. They're both going to be 4 and 5, 3 and 4. They're both going to have monster years.
Huge years.
Yeah, they're both young, ready to go. Nicks just has to stay healthy. Wallace just has to be consistent like always. And they're just going to have big years, both of them. And if Nicks can stay on the field the whole year, he could do at least 1,300 yards and 9-10 touchdowns.
This is Mike Wallace's coming out party this year. If Nicks can stay healthy, it's going to be his coming out party too, though.
Between him, he was in my third. He was like my third choice.
One of the guys I really love this year too is Vincent Jackson. He's kind of flying under the radar because he didn't play too much last year. He only played the last few games. He could very easily be a top 10 fantasy wide receiver with him being the number one target of Phillip Rivers. Rivers needs somebody to throw the ball to. He's Mr. Reliable aside from Gates. I mean, that's going to be the guy right there for Phillip.
Let's talk about some mid-levels, maybe potential sleeper guys here. I definitely am going to... I love Mario Manningham. I mean, that's why I'm wearing the old Plaxi jersey. I threw Nicks up there. I like the Giants receivers. Eli does throw a lot of picks, but for fantasy, who cares? As long as you don't have Eli, if you got the receivers, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be, Manningham's in line to have a big year, too, because he's the number 2 guy over there. He's more proven than anyone else.
Manningham's going to be solid. 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to surprise a lot of people.
I also believe it or not, Pierre Garçon. I mean, he always flies under the radar. He could be a top 10, 12 guy. Definitely top 15. He has a lot of sleeper potential there. I mean, I know there are a lot of other guys there, but he always seems to find a way to get open, and Manning just loves spreading the ball around. So
I like Macklin a lot this year. I really expect Macklin to break out. Deshaun is obviously a great target over there, but they need a number 2 guy. Doesn't seem like Vic likes to throw to Selleck too much, which is a plus for Macklin. Vic does happen to like to throw the ball to Macklin. I just think big breakout year 3. It's pretty much what it comes down to, Another year in his maturation.
Let's discuss bust.
Bust!
Who do you have?
Sidney Rice. I'm going Sidney. I kind of thought it was going to work out.
Well,
him going over there with
he's
the
number 1 over there. Him and Tavares have a connection. He knows the offense.
Exactly. And all that is working in his favor, but I just don't think he's that good. He had one good year with Brett Favre. I don't think he's going to do it, Tavares Jackson. He's played with Tavares Jackson
last
before.
year, though, and
Not
him
really.
and Joe Webb. He had a couple decent games towards the end when he was healthy.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Sidney Rice. I just feel like everybody loves him off the one season with Favre.
I think he's going to be all right. I don't think he'll be top 10, but I think he'll be good enough. At least a solid number 2. Any other bust you got?
Nah, I think Sidney Rice is going to have 800 yards.
Really?
Yeah, I don't need to see him breaking 1,000.
Oh, that's good for number 2, I guess. Low end 2 at least. What else you got? Any other bust?
No, that was it.
I have a couple of busts actually. I couldn't choose which Kansas City receiver I wanted to say between Bo and Baldwin, but I'm going with Bo because Baldwin really has nothing to prove. He already busted his wrist, so he busted himself. But I'm going with Bo because I don't think he'll repeat what he had last year. He's too inconsistent. He had one big year. It's too much hype. He had the steroid problems, and all that other stuff. He's a head case. I just don't see him repeating. He's not great for fantasy. If you get him late, he's a good value, but don't develop your team around him. Don't make him your number 1 receiver. And also Wes Welker. I think this is the start of decline. Yep. I know Tom Brady is awesome. I know the Patriots are awesome. They go a lot of points. He's kind of the number 1 guy over there. But they got so many other guys, and they got so many young guys emerging that could take over his spot. They're all like the same mold over there.
Just
you know?
Patriots in general, I wouldn't draft. There's just too many of them.
It's not that I wouldn't draft them late. Take the younger guys. They might help you for bye weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
they
you
all
can get
scare me.
Welkers at number 2 or number 3, go for it.
The tight ends
you know?
are the only guys I would go after.
But I don't
Even
know. I think
Welker's
he's
a
gonna,
3. I don't.
I think
love.
I think he's going to be in line for like 800 yards or less this year, and you know, and his touchdown production is probably going to be like 5 or 6, not even.
Him and Sydney are gonna have very similar seasons.
All right, that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, please write below.
Almost.
Once again, this is That Fantasy Show with 2 dumbasses and a shitty set.